Good evening. This is your friendly neighborhood psychic, Brough Perkins, for another live stream in so many days. What? Here we are, back. Back, folks, back in black. I'm in a little bit of a Motown mood tonight. That's why you'll see me with my prescription sunglasses. Also, just the lights, the lights. Do you ever have one of those days where the lights are too bright? How is everyone in the chat? Thank you. Come on over. We've got callers calling in already. We have links in the chat, folks, if you'd like to call in for a reading tonight. You know what we do here. We love to do these readings on these live streams. I am also, just for good measure, going to post the link once more. We have a guest this evening. I think a first time in a long time to welcome my mentor, my friend, my colleague, my chum, Suzanne Walsh, psychic extraordinaire. Do you want to say hi, Suzanne?
Hi. How are you doing?
Very well, very well. Oh yes, you look great. You've dressed the part, I want to say.
Well, I was a mime earlier and I've downgraded.
Oh, that's right. So you were actually a mime. You're not even joking.
No, I mean just earlier today I had a striped shirt on with this and I thought, oh no, I'm a mime.
Oh,
Nobody likes a mime.
nobody needs a mime. Well, especially on a talk show. So it's good. It's good. I'm
Exactly.
glad you dressed down from mime to this to psychic. So, you've been doing readings. You do them professionally like I do. Do you want to tell people how you got into this or how you realized you were psychic?
Well, I think, you get, in retrospect, you can pluck out various things that happen over your childhood where you knew things and etc., like most other people who do this kind of work. But I think it was in my early to mid 20s when I actually kind of realized that I could read things. And I came to it via art, which was an interesting way. There was a painter and he was painting people, and I read a few of his paintings. I was like, oh, that person has, lives here, does this. And then from there, it went to sketching people that I saw and reading them that way. And even to
Sketch.
this day, I still use paper.
That's right. You do sort of like what Tyler Henry. People are watching Tyler Henry nowadays, and in the older days, George Anderson. A lot of the mediums that scribble and doodle and things. And do you ever show your clients the things that you doodle?
I put some on my Instagram when I was doing Instagram. I put a couple on there, but I don't generally show them because it just doesn't look like much, Except for
Right.
one time when I asked this lady if um, if she had ever worked in the forest or something, and she said she had been a firefighter, and I looked at my paper and I had all these dead trees that I had drawn. I was like, oh, there they
Oh, okay.
are, dead
Okay,
trees.
that's
So
fascinating. Yeah, you see,
yeah,
I don't do any tools. I don't do any of that stuff. But I've always
I
thought
know.
psychics who do that are like so cool, and people generally like that. I don't know. There's something about making it tangible that people like.
Yeah, but scribbleable anyways,
Scribblable.
drawing connections, writing words. I think yeah, it's kind of grounding in a way, or it gives you something to do
Well, you look like
also.
a scribe with the hat. I look like a blues town, Motown psychic, but you've got the
Yeah,
scribe, you've got the
today,
sage. Yeah, for today, for
today,
now, the
for
costumes
today,
we wear.
of a pen.
So, everyone, there are links to call in on Zoom, as well as some phone numbers I can post. Now, actually, I'll post a phone number in just a minute. We're going to take a call, I think. Why don't we go to Sue Gilmore? We're going to bring you on in. And don't forget to connect your audio, folks. You always want to hit your little microphone button when joining. So, Sue, we've got your audio connecting, it looks like. There you are, Sue.
Hey, how are you?
Very good, thank you. So you're speaking with Suzanne and myself. Do you have a question?
No, I'm just kind of learning about this only 3 minutes ago.
Oh, whoa. Okay, so you're calling in. So you're a first-time caller, aren't you?
I am.
And did you
Yes.
find me through just random Facebook or the group?
I can tell you I'm very good friends with Suzanne's sister, Carol Ann.
Oh, you're friends with Auntie Carol Ann. That's awesome.
And
Okay.
Oh,
Carol Ann.
Okay.
Hello.
great,
You're
great.
looking awesome, Suzanne.
Oh, thanks. I did meet you once or twice, eh?
We have at least once. We did like a formal thing, something like this, but I think I've met you through just socially as well, probably at the lake
Okay.
house.
So
Great.
maybe you have a question for Bro since he doesn't have any idea who you are.
That's generally the rule. Yeah, I can't know
Yeah.
anything about people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to think of one, Sue, and we can always bring you back in a minute?
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't we do
What's
that?
kind of, just give me some kind of, not parameters, but what's the variety of stuff that
Yeah, on these
comes
kind of
your
live
way?
streams, what comes my way is I can sometimes, if we're lucky, pick up on a loved one who's passed on. But I also take life questions. So any part of your life, any area that you want to look into, what we'll do is I'm just going to give you a chance to think of something really pertinent to yourself, and I'll bring you in after the next call. So I'd love to talk to you
Okay.
in a minute,
Yep.
Sue.
Okay.
All right, we'll
Sounds
put you
good.
back in the wait room, and we're
Great.
going to bring in area code 905. Do you want to say hello, 905?
Hello.
Hello. All right. Now, can I have your first name only, please?
It's Casey.
Casey, nice to speak with you. Have you ever called in before?
No, never.
Fascinating. And so you're from Toronto area, I take it. How did you hear about the show? Was it on my group or just Facebook recommended?
It was. It was on your Facebook, and I thought, I got to give this a try.
That's fascinating. Oh, good. So let's see. Do you have a question for Suzanne tonight?
I do. I've had somebody pop back into my life, and they keep on coming back, and I was just wondering if I could get some information, maybe what I should do. I'm a little leery of having them in my circle.
Okay. Anything you pick up, Suzanne, feel free.
I can give names. I don't know. I've never done
You're
this
good.
one.
You're good. That's a perfect
That's
question.
an old flame.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't seem like a bad thing to me. Slowly.
Right. We keep on going back and forth, and it says that it's doing big things in its life. So I don't know if it was believable.
I don't know. There's just a connection there, and I just saw old flame, and I don't think this person is going to go out of your life. So, you
Okay.
know, I'm not sure what your question is because they're in your life. So, if you should keep them in your life, is that your
Well, they
question?
haven't been, but yeah, if he wants to be back in, and I thought, oh, I don't know.
Well, you have to trust yourself always, first and foremost, but he doesn't seem like a bad guy. I don't know, bro.
Okay.
I was getting a B or I don't know if I should say Bill or Bob or Robert. Bill can be William though, so it's funny the B names with me. Brian's as well. Is that
Yes,
anyone
you're
special?
right with the B.
Okay, that's him.
Yeah.
Okay, and should I say Brian or Ben or something? How do I say it?
Brock.
Brock. Okay, so it's so close to my name, I'm not going to get it. Brock. Okay, I like that. Brian. Notice I wanted to go BRs anyway. Yeah, well, I think it's a new chapter. And I think it's very romantic meeting a familiar face, someone you've known before, and you see each other, and now you're 15 years plus older, and you're thinking, wow, I can still see that cutie under the surface. Do you find that as an interesting experience?
Yes,
Yeah, it is interesting. And does he have a son, or did you have a son?
he does.
Yeah, he has a son. There's a daughter, I think, but I don't know if they're half siblings.
That would be mine.
Your daughter. Okay, so you've got that. Okay, so they wouldn't be full blood. Yeah, it's starting to look like you two are going to explore this connection romantically. And I think Suzanne picked that up, right? You said a flame, an old flame, Suzanne?
Yeah.
Old flame. I keep getting 15 plus years. Was it because you were 15 years old, or was it 15 years ago since you've seen him last?
Well, we had a relationship for 7 years, 15 years ago, and then we parted and we each went our way, but we've tried to do this a couple of times and it just hasn't worked out. And I think maybe,
But the
I don't
timing's
know,
different now.
it just couldn't get it together.
The timing is different now. It was either you or he was busy with other responsibilities, other relationships each time.
Yes.
But I think both of you are fully single finally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
That's
I think you're
one
going to
of the
explore
main
that
things.
Yeah,
this summer. Yeah.
it's a bit of a trepidatious trust area.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
There
like,
was a lot of rockiness, and
uh-huh.
I don't want to deal with that again.
Yeah. Well, you're less dramatic than you were.
Ooh, that's good.
As you call in a
Mhm.
psychic live show.
Yeah.
Well, if this is less, that's better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
you know, that certain kind of drama, you still want to have fun, but a certain kind of drama is not really in your life anymore.
Yes, correct. So I just
So,
want to be wary, and I know that my heart is there, but I want to make sure that I'm not going to
the
mess
heart
it up.
wants what the heart wants, they say.
That's right.
Yeah, this summer's going to be
No.
a nice time for picking up this relationship and exploring it in a way you haven't before. And I actually see in the fall, between September and November, he's going to suggest a trip together, and I see you going, just a short one, a few days.
Okay.
Yeah, and you guys are going to go to a casino to see a live performance, which will be really good too. Musical. Yeah, Niagara region. Yeah.
Wow, that sounds very much like something that I would do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just for a weekend little trip. So I think you guys are starting to engage and explore this finally. Yeah, it's going to go interestingly well. It'll be very good to hear from you again, in a future live stream. Let us know.
Okay, we'll do that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and the fear, the terror, I want to say, is just energy too. It's just excitement.
Okay.
When you have a gut instinct that's calm, that's when you heat it. When it's all worked like the way it is now for you, like churned up and confused, that's not your gut. So you have to be calm to hear your gut. And this is just excitement.
Right.
Which I don't know.
Okay.
In my case, I often think excitement feels a lot like anxiety.
Well, they've done brain scans, and excitement is exactly the same as pain.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the same signals. As
Oh.
pain. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, well,
just to
there's
know,
been pain. I'm not sure if that's what you mean. Like, there's been so much trauma based in the past that I don't want to confuse myself.
This is what I noticed Suzanne's really gifted with too. She gets in under the hood to the thought process and what you're feeling, and she helps you differentiate. Okay, that's categorized this, so you could put that to one side, and helps you untangle the emotional knots. Whereas I can't do that. I could barely read my own mind, let alone anyone else's. But Suzanne's really good with that. Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why you.
But I think you are going to have a good time. Let yourself have a good time and trust that you'll know what to do when you need to do it. Somehow it's like, he's not a truck that's going to run you over.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Brilliant.
It's up to you. You're totally there all the time, even though it doesn't always seem like it. Just check in with yourself. And because I don't get the sense that this person is bad news. Do you, bro?
No. When I get a name, especially, it usually means they're meant to be in your life. If he was a footnote, I wouldn't see any details.
Oh, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Good old Brocky Poo.
Well, thank you so much, guys.
You're very welcome.
I hope you guys have a great evening.
You too. Thank you. We're going to try bringing Sue back in. That's right. We're going to try bringing Sue back in. But before we do you have any thoughts on that impression you got, Suzanne, that little read? I'd say we're off to a good start.
What a lovely lady. That's all I have to say. I'm excited for them. I was like, I want in on some of that excitement, really.
Good. Yeah, the painful excitement. We'll bring Sue back in.
So being alive, right?
Being alive. All right, Sue.
That's staying alive.
I know. I modified it. It's my cover. It's the cover of the song. All right.
Cover version. Okay.
I recognize the artwork behind you, Suzanne.
Oh yeah, Carol Ann's elephant.
Yes, I do. How lovely.
Yeah, it gets to live at my house temporarily.
Love it. Actually, I drove by the lake house this week yesterday, and that was friggin' awesome. nice flashbacks of some great memories driving by there. It was great.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah. No, it was very nice.
Did you think of a question for Bro?
I don't know if it's kind of on point to what your not
Whatever you
skills.
think of is okay.
It is? Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess this is kind of monumental. Coming up to 60 this year.
Whoa.
And that's big. Yeah.
Yes. Wow. That's amazing. You certainly
That's
don't look it. That's a phenomenal. Wow. Wow. Okay.
okay. I like you already.
Now, but you know what's interesting? There's a mother figure in spirit who's been checking in on you a lot. Would that be your mom or would that be a grandmother?
My mother, yeah. My mother passed away. What year are we now?
2025.
43.
25.
My mother passed away 43 years ago. Yeah.
Wow.
So I've
wow.
outlived my mother by 8 years, which is pretty freaky.
Yeah, I thought of that too. My mom passed when I was 25, and I'm like about 10 years younger now. Yeah, okay, so you
Yeah.
outlived mom by 8 years. Now she's around you a lot, and she's giving the happy birthday, and she's showing me like a buttercup or a type of flower. It's a yellowish flower anyway, and she wants you to remember that or use or get yourself some of those.
Cheer me up, Buttercup.
Cheer me up, Buttercup.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm also seeing. So, is your birthday in April?
May.
May? Okay, because she's taking me close to the 24th. I thought it was April 24th. Maybe there's another.
May 23rd.
Oh, okay, so she's trying to get me to think ahead. Okay, okay. I'm just a little slow, but her energy's with you. She's been visiting you today, and she's got a dog with her that she brings to see you from the spirit world. It could be a wavy or curly-haired furred dog. It's more of a, I don't know.
Yeah,
there's
we had a
some-
poodle. We had a poodle growing up.
Yeah.
Yep.
And she's with that pup, and she's also with your grandmother. And now, Mom, I think Mom had a very aggressive cancer because I think things went downhill extremely quickly for her, or suddenly. Well, and someone else that's with her had a dementia or an Alzheimer's or something. I'm getting a lot of foggy mind at the end of life as well. Do you know who those people would be, and who Betty or Betty or Elizabeth?
Well, Elizabeth is a middle name that is prominent in our family. A lot of women in our family have Elizabeth as a middle name.
Okay.
Her sister, their father pulled a fast one in that he registered her as Betsy when her name socially was always Jean. And then when she went to go to get a passport, her father had registered as Betsy. And we're
that's
like,
hilarious.
what?
Okay,
Yeah,
so Betsy
sneaky
might
little
be.
devil.
Is Betsy in spirit with your mom as well?
It's her sister who's also deceased.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I feel like they're
Okay.
together. It's like Betsy or Beth, or yeah, she's
Yeah, good
there.
one.
And an A name above your mother. So is that your mom's initial, or is that one of her direct loved ones?
An A. No, my mother's name was Joan. I can't think of any A's.
I want to say Alice or Aline or something different. I'm gonna AL. I want to leave that with you, but I'm leaning into female names on that one, just so you can look up later.
Yeah.
So she's there for your birthday. And I don't know if your parents, well, I guess they would have been separated in the sense that mom was gone so young.
Yeah.
But I see this idea of divided family early on. Okay. So I don't know if you were 12 or what the story there is, but I want to put the 12 in there. And, yeah, she's always with you. She's almost like that poem, Footprints in the Sand. When you think you're walking alone, it's because she was carrying you. And that's the
Yeah.
footprints you see. And you make her extremely proud with your creativity. Are you experimenting with visual art at all?
Not really. Subtle, very, very subtle.
Mm-hmm.
In that my youngest son, bought me a little amateur, very, very amateur watercolor kit.
Mm-hmm.
Like very amateur. Like it's just a hobby.
She's linking this idea to design at a larger level too. So I'm going to leave that with you. You might be doing something important in terms of designing a home, or staging it even.
I just had my house painted.
Yeah, maybe. I think it's more the creative thing. You're going to be engaging in more of these projects. You're going to find out what this means. I feel like
Yeah,
around July or
Oh,
so, it might
fine.
even be helping out your son. Now, is the blended or the family that had separation in it? Is that your mom and dad, or is that yours with your kids? With your
that would be my family. That would be my own,
okay.
separated from the ch- my
Children's
children's
dads.
father.
But
Yep.
I'm getting a marriage kind of symbol around a daughter, and I'm trying to figure this out. Is your daughter engaged, or is she with someone right now?
No, I only have boys. I just have sons.
This is a
No,
daughter-in-law then. This is a daughter-in-law, and I'm seeing a marriage. Are they all married yet?
no, they're quite young, 26, and not no real serious
You're gonna see
relationships,
a
really.
dark-haired girl, like a brunette, and she's got brown eyes as well, and she's got a heart-shaped face. So her eyes have a little wide width to them. They're very pretty, actually. Smaller chin, kind of a pouty mouth, and she's going to be, and she's voluptuous. She's a little more full-looking, and she's going to be the future daughter-in-law. And one of your boys is going to meet her quite soon. This could happen as soon as August. So you're probably going to hear about her around the winter time, and then, could be 3, 4 years ahead. But I feel
Yeah.
like we're coming up on this idea of marriage, yeah, as a big next chapter. So you've got that to look forward to as well. So mom's on the ball, like she's looking at what's going on. So you said you had boys, but I'm seeing 3 kids, but it keeps turning into 2. Did you miscarry or something like that?
I did. I did have a miscarry between the two boys. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, because mom's making me feel like that miscarry will be a daughter in the form of a granddaughter. So our souls come back to us if we don't have them this round. I think she just said, I'm not getting stuck between these two oafs of brothers of mine. So her soul chose to come in later as a granddaughter. And she'll be one of those grandkids that's super close to you. Yeah. Yeah. Did you only just move in the last couple of years? I feel like you've downsized.
5 years ago, though. It
Yeah.
was 5 years
Guess because
ago.
that pandemic makes time crunch, but I just feel like it was a
Yes, it
nice
does. Yes,
downsize,
I
like
agree with that. Yeah,
it's
I
kind
can't
of
believe it's been 5 years. Yep.
yeah. It's kind of ironic that you've got a lot on one floor, but you still have stairs to deal with that you have to vacuum. I
Yes.
feel like your mother's talking about the
Yes.
stairs to the front door or something. Yeah. And she comes in and she's like, nice digs. She likes it. She thinks you need some kind of blue or something. Like I'm thinking of like a beautiful
Water. This
like a
blue represent water
well,
because
but on like behind the dining room wall, like one wall, like an accent wall, that would be like a turquoise or something. She's thinking this to go with a dark wood. Like she's giving you a little suggestion for a pop of color, and maybe
pop
that
of
would
color.
even be in your pillows and such too. So she's just giving that suggestion of that azure or turquoise blue. You could pick. Yeah,
Okay, blue. Yep.
because it reminds her of like when you go on a trip to the islands or something. I don't know if she ever did that toward the end of her life. She didn't get to go on very many trips.
No, we were not travelers
Yeah, but
as a
she,
young family. No.
yeah, because she says she, and this is so funny. I'm thinking about this, but she's like, you want to have a beach theme, yeah, but you don't quite take the risk to get far enough. So I mean, like a punch of blue is going to really, even if it's in art, but she's recommending the wall. Anyway, that's
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. So I'm looking for some art for that big wall.
yeah,
So I'll keep that in mind to get
yeah,
some blue going
that's
in
funny, eh?
that.
Good old Joni.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your mom, it felt like a rapid thing. What happened at the end of life?
Oh yeah, wrap. Yeah. So pancreatic cancer, got through that for 5 years, and I was little. I was young, like I was only like 9. So
Oh,
I was sheltered from a lot of the kind of the big details of what that represented. And then 5 years later, it showed up in her liver, and then she lasted 2 years after
yeah.
that liver diagnosis.
Yeah. Wow, she really fought back then, even, eh? Wow, holy smokes.
Yeah, they certainly don't have the modern medicine that they have now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's very interesting. She's there. She's the main person showing up, even though you didn't even bring up spirit people, because of course we
Yeah.
lost our mothers young, so of course she would be. Yeah. So that's a happy
Yeah.
60th on the 23rd coming up. Thank you so much, Sue. That was so great to have your call. Suzanne, are you still there? You've got yourself muted, Suzanne. You're back.
I'm back. I'm back.
Back. Okay,
Okay.
great. So yeah, so this is one thing I should take a moment to tell the audience. When we know who the person is, we try not to read them because we know things already. So that's why Suzanne handed Sue off to me for that one. But I think we've got some more callers. Are you ready, Suzanne?
Sure.
All right, we'll try bringing in Kat. Let's see if we bring in Kat and if Kat's audio works. Kat, unmute yourself, Kat. There you go.
Hey,
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How you doing?
Very good. And where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Newmarket.
Oh, Newmarket, my old stomping grounds. Great. And so I
Yep.
take it you probably have seen me or you know who I am.
You know what? I had a reading from you. Must have been about 7 years ago, maybe 8. And it was somebody had recommended you, and I was looking for somebody like you for a long time. And it was great that you actually brought it up to her that somebody named Kat you guys are gonna be great friends, and um, you know, yeah, it was just crazy,
So you're a
and
prediction
so
I
I had a
made.
reading.
my,
Sorry?
my prediction comes to me for readings. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
very
exactly.
cool.
Exactly, right? So then I actually joined one of these calls, I don't know, maybe 6, 7 months ago. I was in litigation, and you were right again.
What happened?
Yeah, I won. I got everything that I asked for.
Good, good.
So I just have a question for you.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering about my living situation, and where I'm meant to live, and my family dynamic and what that's going to look like.
All right, Suzanne, I'll let you tune in and let's see what you pick up. We'll tag team this. Two
All
psychics.
right.
Two psychics for the price of free.
You'd like to move.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it's not because it's so much the living situation as the relationships in the living situation.
Um, I think it's both. I have one child that's in the U.S., and that's kind of the direction that I want to go. And then there's a bit of a follow right now with some family members that I'm
Yeah.
hoping will smooth itself out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, because it's coming up. It's coming up for me in like relationships. Like the whole moving is reliant on how things turn. You know,
Mhm.
it's a real wheel of life thing. It's like, oh, okay, if this domino hits this domino hits this domino, then you're off to the races. I think you're going to move though, but I don't think it's gonna be choppy. Like it's gonna look like you're gonna move, and then you're not, and then you are.
But like countries or just cities?
I can't see whether it's country. I just see that it's moving and that it's going to go. Maybe it'll be twice,
Oh, okay.
you know, because I just see move and then not quite. It's not quite what you want, and then move again. Um, yeah, because it's like I feel like every time you do something, every time you do something, it's like you do it, and then it's like, and then you assemble, and then you got to do it again. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
steps. Does that
Yeah.
make sense to you?
Yeah.
So this will be no different. The
Oh,
pattern isn't good. The pattern isn't going to change just yet, but uh you're trying to make it change. And that it
yes.
and it should I think eventually it will, but it's not right away. You still have a few more hoops to jump through, so to speak.
Yeah. And do you see like the family relationships, do you see that mending anytime soon, or do you think there's still going to be fallout for some years?
I think it goes I think it gets better and then it gets not better and then it gets better and then it gets not better. The same thing. You know, it's but keep going at trying to mend. That's all you can do. Every time you make that forgiveness opportunity, you're potentially shifting things so that it can smooth out for yourself, you
So that
know?
I can forgive them, you're saying?
Well, forgiveness is for you ultimately. It's for
Yeah.
you to have peace in your heart. I'm not saying who's right, who's wrong, or who should, it's more just for you to not carry it like, oh, like
Hmm.
that,
Right,
that
right,
that frustration and like, when you go back to the table and you try to make up, but nobody changes their position.
right, right.
The hearts are all in the right place. Everybody wants because there's love there. But when you go somehow nobody's moving. So I don't know, like some miracle mindedness is necessary, which is to truly disattach from the issues
Right,
and
right. Okay.
just go for the heart. Does that make any sense?
Sure.
And if you
Yeah.
do that, you can just make the situation, I think, move a little smoother. Otherwise, it just seems to be repeating, doesn't it?
Well, it's kind of like the communication's not open at this point, right? It's really difficult to communicate at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'm trying to open up the lines of communication, but it's quite difficult.
Is a lot of this centered around a father or a brother?
Father.
Father, yeah. It's funny because he acts like a brother. He kind of doesn't act like an adult. It's almost like you've helped raise your
He's not
father.
listening.
Yeah.
There's no listening.
Yeah.
No listening. But there's still love.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's
Did you see a timeline or a season or any visuals of nature or anything, Suzanne?
um like I don't think anything's really happening before spring. But spring's almost here, although you wouldn't know it looking out my window here. But which is completely snow covered. So more late spring or summertime
Mm.
when I see things moving a little bit more and getting
Okay.
going for you. But it is going to get better. It just takes, and it's weighing on you. I just want to take the weight off you and say,
No, I know. I know. You know what? I like it when everybody's doing the best that they can do
yeah,
and everybody's like living happily and I can see the pain and the suffering like I could feel it um from my family members and I just kind of I wish I was able to take that away. Take away that pain for them. But I can't.
yeah. Well, try to take it away from yourself first. Yeah. Oh, sometimes you can take a horse to water, right?
No, I know. I know. And that's what I've been trying to do, but it's not really working right now.
No,
Yeah, my words are
no.
falling on deaf ears. So
Once you're out, you'll be able to talk from
A
from
distance.
a distance. Then they'll listen. Yeah. So
Yeah, I
I
think
see
so.
July, but but as well, going from July, maybe by July you make your first and last down payment on a place, and then you're moving in the fall, which would feel like springy, right, Suzanne? Nature. I find that it could be either or with the
Hmm.
seasons, as long as it's kind of chilly and more wet. Yeah. All right.
okay.
Sure.
Thank you very
Sure.
much.
It's a few months in the future.
Absolutely. Now we've had a lot of people
Not
waiting.
years, though.
Not years, months. That's good to know. Okay, so it's
Yeah.
happening this year. Now we'll bring Anna in because we've got a lot of people waiting. Anna, you've been so patient. Can you hear me, Anna?
Sure. It's a
Nope.
few
Anna,
months.
you've got to turn down the broadcast. You're on the call.
Hello.
Hi, Anna.
Hi, bro.
Hi
Hi,
there.
Suzanne.
Do you have a question for Suzanne?
In the love department, regarding a recent ex-partner.
Sounds good. Now, Suzanne, just so you know, you're muted right now, so.
Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't click it hard enough.
Did you hear the question? Anna had brought up an
Yes.
ex-partner.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a recent ex. Was not your idea?
It was not.
No. Um, and you want to know if they're coming back.
If they're coming back, or is it good for me to reach out?
Um, I I I mean, I'm not gonna tell you what to do. But I think that you can to leave it for a bit, and just see what
Mhm.
happens. Because you want to, you're a love bug, eh? You're just a love bug. You want to, you're like, even if your heart's broken, you want to check on everybody's heart.
Yeah.
You're like,
That's,
oh, this is tough. It's tough on everyone. And
yeah.
you're going to go fix
It
the
is.
person who broke your heart.
Ah,
But
yeah,
that's
you're
okay.
seeing it right through.
Yeah. Because that's your way. And it's understandable. So if it's your way, you're going to, do your way. But you might give some of that to yourself, eh?
Hmm.
Give some of that to yourself and give it a chance to settle. It's pretty fresh.
Yeah.
It's pretty fresh. And I don't know. It did. I feel like you didn't really see it coming.
Well, we've had a lot of challenges, a lot of
Did you
fights.
believe it?
Do I believe it?
Yeah.
I'm not convinced.
No. That's it. So just give it a little time and see how you feel, Given the it's a bit it's your this person seems to be a little bit of a hothead.
Mm.
Is that accurate?
Meaning
Quick
she's,
quick to temper.
yes, yes, definitely.
Yeah. And so that's why you don't believe it,
Mm.
which is reasonable, right? It's like she's just like could say anything. So give it a little break for yourself. Give yourself
Yeah.
a break. And
Okay.
I think that and then cooler heads will prevail and you'll see what happens. Um,
Hmm.
you may change your mind,
Oh, wow.
you may change your mind.
Hmm.
Right now, I feel like there's still a lot of broiling emotions and a lot of, you want to go backwards,
Hmm.
like really fast. Like if you were on a bike, you'd be pedaling backwards
Yeah.
because you don't like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just don't like it. I want to go back.
I'm struggling. I'm
Yeah,
struggling. But like
yeah,
you said, I'm not convinced.
yeah. So just give it a little while, be nice to yourself and see what happens. You may change your mind. Really listen to yourself. You don't want to be always on the response, on your
Yeah.
back foot.
Yeah.
Because that's often the case in this relationship where you're on your back foot and then you make everything better.
Hmm.
And that might not be what you want when you give it some thought. And then you can go be nurse.
Just don't understand why I always have to be in that role.
Well, it's your role. You're like it. You're a heart. You're a mush. That's how you that's how you are. You can change it if you want,
Uh-huh.
but that's what I see. And I mean, all that love, that you give out, that's you can give some of that to yourself.
Right.
And then I think things will shift for you. You don't
Mm.
know what to do with it when you're
Yeah, I
by
don't.
yourself. You're like,
Yeah.
well, the hot potato of my emotions.
Yeah. That's
Too
true.
much. It's too much. You're trying to find somebody to give your power to. You keep it for a little while. You will anyway. That's what's going to happen. So you can decide. These are your choices. You can decide to embrace your own power, your own energy, and keep it for a little while before you decide what to do. Or you can, be kind of running around trying to give it away again. And that's your free choice in the situation.
Hmm.
But
And
either way, know that it's such a kind and good heart, and that's what you're doing.
yeah.
Yeah, and if somebody's doesn't want to be with you, I'm going to quote a favorite old psychic that we know, eh, bro? I bet you can guess what I'm going to say.
I'm too busy producing. Tell us what Paolo would say.
I would say, if somebody doesn't want you, they don't deserve you,
Hmm.
and you have to remember that.
Good words. Good words.
You
Thank
are
you very
attached,
much.
so
Thank you very much, Anna, for calling in with your question. That's good. It seemed like you were channeling some advice on how to process and what to do with the situation in that case, Suzanne. It was very interesting. Do you find that's
Yeah.
a major component of most readings that you channel the process as well as the circumstances?
Yeah, that seems to happen. Well, I guess it depends on the reading and it depends on what's happening and what the person is struggling with. And the thing about romance is everybody wants to know, is the person coming back, or,
True. True.
and that's not really the what's at play,
Hmm.
because then it just repeats itself over and over again. So what's at play is the exchange of energy between those two people and how it's working.
Right.
So
That's
I
a good
guess
point.
I'm imagining that's why I get that information.
Fascinating. Well, let's see if we get some more information for our next caller. We're going to bring Sandra Betts in. Sandra is a regular. She watches the show. She always says hello. Hi, Sandra.
Hello.
Do you mind trying to tilt your laptop down a little bit so we're seeing less above your head, more? Okay, perfect, perfect. Do you have a question or a comment to share?
I was just wondering if you can see any changes in my lifestyle.
All right, Suzanne. I know Sandra, so we've got that classic scenario where if you sense anything, feel free to add.
Have you not been going out very much?
No.
Yeah. I think you're going to get out more
Well,
somehow when the weather gets nicer. I don't know if it's, have you been wanting to do this, like join something or shift something so that you could go somewhere?
I just recently gave my car away
Ah,
because, well, my grandson needed a car and mine's been sitting in the driveway. My my family don't want me driving any longer because of some medical problems I've been having. And
they're going
I,
to have to come pick you up then.
yes, I have a very good family, so that's not really a problem.
But
But
I
I
think that
have been in
means
the
you're going to get out
house.
more.
It would be nice.
Yeah. It really looks that way because you do have a nice family, and they have the car, and they can get you instead of you having to figure out where to go on your own and sometimes not having the energy or the wherewithal to do it.
But I don't have the energy.
No. So a little bit of support will go a long way. And now that you have to rely, because you're very independent, right?
Yes,
So you wouldn't ask, but now no choice. They have the car. So you'll be able to take that help.
it. What I would really like to know is, am I going to be able to stay in my home?
I think you're still staying there for a little while longer. I mean, it hasn't been you know, it's not easy, is it? It's like step by step, but you're
Yes,
still staying there. I don't think anybody's talking about you not staying in your home. The driving, it's hard to let go of your car, I imagine, and your independence, but you can still stay there and people can help you for the time being, you know?
I
You can
just I don't want to move.
No, I can see that. Why, and but I think you're going to be okay. I don't see you moving. And in the event that you do have to move down the road, it's going to be okay. You'll be happy to at that time. They're not going to drag you out of your house again, when you don't want to go. When it comes that you couldn't stay in your own house, you'll be happy.
I hope it never comes.
No, I know. But I mean, it's like you're not going anywhere soon. So but that's all I see is that nobody's dragging you out of your house, and you're very happy for your um it's like somebody's got the picture that I see is somebody taking you by the arm, and your big smile. So I don't know if they're helping you walk or what the scenario is, but you've got people around you who are taking you places, and you're
They they hold me up whenever I step outside the door, literally,
okay. Okay, that's great. So yeah, you're well supported.
very much so.
Yeah. And yeah, okay. Yeah, so that it looks good for that. I mean, the car is a bummer, but it was getting to be a pain anyway.
It was.
You know, you didn't want to give it up, but it's like, oh, driving wasn't comfortable.
Yeah, exactly.
So somebody had to ask you did, you know, you put up a little bit of a fight just for the sake of it.
That was very true. I did.
But you did, you're really relieved. But you were like, oh no, no, because you're so independent, you know?
I hope to stay here until it's my time. And
Yeah. Well, I don't see you going anywhere anytime soon, but I do see you'll have to tell them, come on over, you know, and they will because your family, they're not far, eh?
no, very close.
Yeah. So you're all right. And they, you know, they tell you everything that they think about for you. You know, when they think about stuff that's good for you, nobody's conspiring behind your back.
Oh, no, they're very
You know, they're
supportive.
right up front with you because you got all your marbles, so there's no reason,
Okay,
you know, so you needn't worry.
thank you.
Great.
Do you see anything happening around my grandchildren?
Hmm. Anything, I mean, they've got full lives. Anything happening around them there? You mean in what sense
I
specifically?
I have two that are traveling, and I was kind of concerned about what's going to happen. One of them is thinking about going to the States, and one is in England.
Oh, they're
And
fine. They're smart, you
I
know,
hope
and
so.
they're not like young, you know? They have their wits about them.
Okay,
Not that young people don't, but you know what I mean? No, they're not going to go to the States past the 30 days that you
right.
have to register, and they're fine. And the one in the UK is fine. They check in all the time,
Every day.
every day. Jeez.
Yes.
Yeah. And you're only hearing good things, not to worry. You know, I think they're having the time of their lives.
Thank you, Suzanne.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate that. I do have a question for Bro if
Yeah,
you
go right ahead.
Sure, we've got time for one quick one.
okay. You told me that M is around.
Mhm.
Is it his aunt?
Is it his aunt? Let's see. Marg, Marg or something? How do you say it?
Marion.
Marion? Okay. No, it might not be that person. It could be someone that you're not thinking of. From higher up, I feel like. Could
Oh,
be to your own grandparents' level.
oh dear.
Yeah. So think back to that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
We'll get that update from you next time, my friend. Well, thank you very much for calling in. We're gonna bring a young man in. Let's bring Jake on the line. All right, Jake. Let's see ya. Got you calling in. Howdy, Jake.
Hello.
All right, here we have him. So, do you have a question for Suzanne tonight?
Um, so I recently have been pretty stressed out, and the doctors think there might be something wrong with me, and I'm wondering what you think, if it's something that's just stress or if I actually have something kind of going on in my body, what you kind of feel.
Um, I think it's both, actually. Um, because yeah, well, you're stressed, you're tired, you don't really, you push yourself to the nth degree. I mean, do you think you don't need to sleep or what? You have to
Uh,
sleep. You have to try your best. Like, I know you know, you have a demanding lifestyle, but I feel like you push it, you know? You have big expectations of yourself. I think you're a perfectionist, Jake. I think you want to do everything perfectly. And so is, you know, you one little thing and then you're hard on yourself, which then causes your stress, which then causes your body to go into sort of overdrive. So I'm thinking, I don't know if did they check your adrenals?
they haven't, no.
No, because I feel like, I don't know, there's some kind of, I feel like whatever it is stress related, you know? And with rest and vitamins and this kind of thing. I don't think you have but I'm not a medical intuitive. Actually, we should check with Bro. He does more medical stuff than I do. But I just see for you, it's the case of the being the hard on yourself and trying to do everything. Uh, and you have a lot of balls in the air, and you
Yeah,
know you're always pushing it again. And even in relationships, I don't know, you got all kinds going on. Like everything going on, career, like there's stuff. And when I'm going stuff, it's like it's not clear. You're still working out your path in some way. I don't know. You have ideas about what you want to do. That's not what you're doing. Something I keep wanting to go like this, just off, same field, but off to the left. And you might need more training, but maybe not. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like all these kind of
do you want to
turmoil.
clarify that, Jake?
Yeah, yeah, that I was thinking because I did mostly police stuff in the military, and I've been thinking about going into firefighting, which is similar, but it's kind
Yeah,
of a little
it's
bit different.
this. Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
branch. Yeah, probably be good for you. I mean, you're really good under under pressure and all that, but there's some you're gonna have to learn some techniques to take care of yourself to do because you're doing all these pressure things on top of your high pressure home life,
yeah,
And you didn't really give your sensitivity a lot of attention. You kind of always been a bit of a tough guy, so you know what I mean? But you're feeling it.
yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
I'm
So,
getting
oh yeah, what
back
was your
of
question? What
back
was wrong with you?
back of the
You're going to
head.
be fine. Like you're
Back of
not,
hold on,
I don't see any
Suzanne.
major
Suzanne,
problem
can you
with
hear
you
me?
that can't
Can
get
you hear me,
taken care of,
Suzanne?
but you definitely need rest.
Suzanne, can you hear me? Hold on
Oh,
one sec.
sorry.
It's all right. Back of head, like a hypertension kind of headache pressure, and I'm getting bowels as well and stomach
Okay.
issues. What are your symptoms, Jake?
They've been saying they think I might have Crohn's disease. Um, so I'm supposed to be. Hold on, let me shut this door. Uh, I'm supposed to be scheduled for a colonoscopy, and I'm 25 years old.
Okay.
And they said, I'm just stressing. I've been hospitalized twice now from those kind of issues.
Yeah, well, a lot
So,
of you swallow your stress, right? And then your stomach is, like they say, a second brain. So it's inflamed. It gets inflamed from a lot of stress as a trigger, especially with Crohn's disease, which is an autoimmune issue. So I think you're going to do some good for yourself if you cut out all fructose, all that crappy, the drinks, the pre-made drinks. Like just be very pure with what you put in your body, as well as gluten and wheat. I think if you just go toward carnivore and very clean, especially what you drink for some reason, that's going to help.
yeah, I
It's
need to
going to help.
start meal prepping my stuff. I've been buying stuff to do it. I just haven't kind of got around to it yet.
Yeah, you're going to find it's easy when you start doing that. I'm sorry to cut you off, Suzanne. What were you saying before I cut you off?
Just that I think he's gonna get treat it. He's gonna treat whatever it is that he has, and it's not going to be. I don't know if it's Crohn's. I understand that they think you have Crohn's, but I think you could have like inflammation, and you could, you
Yeah,
are,
that's what they're seeing.
and some diet modifications, as Bro said, I think will help you. But remember to treat the whole package, right? You're only 25, and look how much you've already undergone. A lot. And so that, these things add up, but you're good, and you're a fast learner. So whatever, and you're very disciplined. So whatever solutions are presented to you, you're going to do them, and then you're going to feel better. It's pretty straight forward, but it's
So,
definitely about
right.
paying attention to yourself in a different way than you have before. That's what's coming for
And
you.
you will make that leap in
Thank
career,
you.
so you're going to do that as well.
Oh
That's
yeah, the career
fascinating.
thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any other areas of his life that jump out at you, Suzanne, or shall we wrap this call up?
Unless he has a specific question, I think that was pretty much all around because it's, stress at home, stress at work, with the details I don't have to tell you them, right?
Yeah,
And
All right.
and you have a little kid, right?
I do.
Yeah, well there. And that speaks volumes. Everyone knows that one. So, a big love and a big responsibility.
Definitely. Definitely.
Well, thank you for your call, Jake.
Thank you, guys.
All right, good one, Suzanne. You plucked that career shift right out of thin air. That's amazing. Let's take another call. We have Kristen's been waiting for a while. Let's bring Kristen in and see if we connect there. Kristen, let's see. I've got your audio connecting now. We'll just do a couple more calls. We're coming up on the hour. Now, Kristen, your audio, your microphone doesn't seem to be linked, so we'll try bringing you in again on the next round. Just remember to hit your microphone button, everybody. Let's try bringing in Tammy's phone. I think we haven't talked to Tammy yet, if I'm right. Tammy, are you there? Hit your microphone, lovey. Your little microphone icon on your screen should unmute you. You are connected. You just have to unmute. There you go.
There we go. Okay.
All right. So do you have a question for Suzanne?
I do. I haven't been feeling great since I had a car accident last September. With some injuries that I got from the car accident, including my abdomen and my knee. And I'm just wondering, I mean, is this gonna, are they gonna find out if there's something wrong, or am I gonna feel better soon? Because it's really weighing me down.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to be doing a colonoscopy on me as well, April 1st. So, but I feel like my abdomen, I don't know if it's from the seatbelt crossing and it got tight, and it took forever to heal my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, left like a burn, eh?
yeah, it did. Yeah. Yeah. And then it bruised so bad because I'm on blood thinners. It took like forever. It was
I feel
like
like
a
it bruised,
hematoma.
I feel like it bruised underneath
Yeah. Yeah.
your skin, and that takes a long time
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
feel
But
better. But
But
I
it's
think
never felt right though, ever since
no,
then.
no.
No.
Um, it just looks to me like it's a very slow healing.
Yeah.
I don't think I mean, I don't think you have internal bleeding or anything. Did they look for that?
They did, yeah.
And they said you don't have internal bleeding, right?
No, no. They
Okay.
said that I didn't have it. It's bigger on one side than it is the other.
Yeah, swollen and
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of, yeah, and it looks like there's like water almost, eh?
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
like jiggly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's swollen and uh yeah, it feels like it's yeah, an edema has happened there to protect you.
Right. Right. And that's what they said. It was inside the abdomen.
Yeah.
But then they're saying it's something with the aorta down there.
Oh, because of
Yeah.
the veins. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Um,
That's why they want to do a colonoscopy, because they said there's too much air in my colon.
mm-hmm. Like I said, medical stuff is not my best stuff.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna, I, sounds weird. I feel like they're gonna want to like take the air out, you know,
Really?
somehow, but I don't even know if that's a medical procedure.
Right. I
It's
wish
just
they
like, oh
could.
yeah, they're gonna say, they want to,
I wish they could take the fat along with it.
yeah, yeah. But they're going to look after you, but the bruising takes a long time underneath,
That's
you
all. It's
know?
been almost 6 months.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long
Been a
time
long
underneath.
time.
And there's muscles, there's everything.
Right.
And like you feel it in the muscle too.
Oh, I do. Yeah, all
Yeah.
the time. I feel it
Yeah,
in my,
it's
yeah, I
all of
even
it. It's
feel it
like,
right up to my chest and
yeah,
everything too.
every time you move.
Right. Yeah. My lower
Yeah,
back. Yeah.
yeah, it's a whopper.
Yeah, it's
But
painful.
yeah, yeah.
And
Uh
it,
I just see that, you're doing all the right stuff and they're going to uh I don't think that there's something wrong with your colon, but I think they're going to there's going to be a procedure after the colonoscopy, some kind of something that they're going to recommend. But bro, you please weigh in on this medical issue.
Yeah, they're going to do all this by August. And then this fall, you're going to be experiencing some relief. Yeah.
Oh,
It's going
okay.
to get better.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is the bruising that's causing you the pain.
Right, because sometimes when I eat, like it doesn't feel like it's going down right.
Oh, yeah.
And then I won't go to the bathroom for like 5 days, and it's so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to relieve
It's
the
just
pressure.
it's a matter of time,
Yeah, eh?
you know, and you have to go through these like I said, I think there's going to be another procedure after that. I don't know what it is, and it might not be so invasive as a colonoscopy, but there'll be something else you have to do.
Right, right.
Makes sense. I don't know, bro.
Yep. That's what I concur. Thank you very much, Tammy. That was a
You,
good call.
does she have a sister? I was wondering.
Well, I put her back in the weight room so she can answer that in chat if she still hears you.
Okay.
We're going to bring Gagan in. I want to be respectful of your time because we're coming up on the end. So this will be our last call. Gagan,
Okay.
you're on the line with Suzanne.
Hey, bro. Hi, Suzanne. Hope you both
Okay.
are doing good.
Oh, you look more techie than me. This is amazing.
He does. Look at that studio.
We both got our studios going on. I'll try to make it really quick. I dated someone over the past couple months, and recently we broke up, and she cited that she wasn't ready for a relationship. And I've had a hard time, I guess, processing and understanding this breakup and why it happened. And first thing I would want to know was there like a soul level soulmate type of connection there, or was it more of a karmic lesson that I had to learn? And in terms of the future, like what would it look like in terms of if there would be a soulmate for me in the future?
Well, you know, I think that every person that you could have a relationship with is a soulmate on a certain level, you know? And so you have this connection with this person. You didn't want it to end, so that feels like a karmic thing to you because you think you're being punished, but it's just you know, she was honest enough to say she wasn't ready for a relationship because she couldn't do it properly, you know? So that was a lucky break for you. Doesn't feel like it, but it really was.
Right.
And she was a nice person, you know what I mean? I think she was a nice person. She just got herself in a little too deep for this time in her life, for her path. And it really was, how can I say when somebody breaks up with you, it isn't personal, but it almost looks like that to me. And it even feels like that a bit to you, because that's why I think you think it's like a karmic thing. You're like, oh, you have to go do that now? Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, you know, what does it feel like when there's a soulmate? I think love is love is love. And when you meet a person that you want to stay with, you'll want to stay with them and you'll love them, and that'll be that, and they will feel the same way about you. Because really, it's just about igniting love in each other. You're the same love. You're going to go to your next relationship. You're going to be the same person, maybe a little wiser, a little guarded, but you'll still be you, and you'll bring your love with you, and they bring their love, and you just throw it together, and sometimes it sticks, you know, and it
Right.
works out. But yeah, it's not like, at least from where I sit, you know, this hunting for the perfect human can sometimes lend itself to us expecting humans to be perfect.
Right.
And that doesn't work out. So you just operate on love, and love will come to you, which you don't have to worry, by the way, because you're going to, you know, like have a family, you're going to have the love of your life, and the whole works. So, and it'll come at the right time.
But this wasn't that person.
No,
Okay.
but
Is
it's
she
important to, you know, but she's a nice person. She's a good person, and she's an honest person.
She cited like she'd still like to be friends and wanted to keep that door open for a relationship in the future, but I told her I'm not really interested in that because that feels like, a kind of plan B option to me. And it just, it would be conflicting emotions for me.
Yeah, that's wise on your part, I think. Yeah, so you're like, oh, did I make a boo-boo because she actually is my soulmate? No.
Yeah.
You follow your heart and it's the right thing to do. And I think, it was the right thing for her to do too, but it's a little bit scary because you're a good person. So that's why, the plan B option is that this guy's pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to, completely close the door, but you're stay in the flow. You're doing exactly what you need to do. And as I said, it's the weirdest thing to say, not to take it personally, but that's
Right.
what keeps coming to mind. It's very strange.
I got
Brilliant.
it. What? Super quick. I also recently lost my job after 3 years. I was working with a music company, and I'm wondering what my next best career move would be for I guess for like the near future.
Well, didn't you already start to do your own thing?
I did, yes.
Yeah, so you're going to carry on with that, like I guess you do contracts, like you'll do contracts with different places but under your own steam.
So not working for someone else, working for myself.
That's what it looks like to me. Yeah. Contracts. I mean, there could be a contract that comes up down the line, not right away, where you're working for them. So there's two kinds of contracts, the kind where you work, where you're, I'm going to do this for you, agreement. And then there's the other kind of contract where you're actually signed on with them for a little while. But that's not right away, not for a year.
Got it. Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you, bro.
Very much, Gagan. Thank you for
Suzanne.
questions.
Appreciate it.
Now, we'll just wrap up in a minute, but I wanted to tell you, Suzanne, Tammy, you were asking if she had a sister. She does, in fact, have a sister. Did you have any message about that? I cut you off earlier.
I just wondered if her sister was passed because I was getting the word sister from a dead person. Now, that could be another family member that wants her to mention her sister or wants to give a message to her sister, or it could be her sister. I couldn't get that far.
I think her sister's alive. So, yeah, it's probably one of their family members. That's good. That's good. Well, Suzanne.
And maybe her sister might be help to her during this time.
That's true. That's true, through her health issue.
Yeah.
How shall people find you to schedule a reading?
Me? Oh, my email, I guess, or my website.
Okay, so your website's www.suzannewalsh.net. N-E-T, and you'll see Peace Through Connection. We'll have that flashed in the description as well, so people can reach you for a private reading, because you do this all the time.
I do.
Indeed. Well, I want to thank you,
I
Suzanne.
hope they were helpful. They're fast,
They are. They're very helpful, and I as I said, one thing I really notice about your style, your method even, you really get under the hood, I call it, and you help people process what they're going through, and you throw in the predictions as well. And like you did with Jake, out of nowhere, you just bring up has a career change coming, and it's in the same field. And of course, going from policing to firefighting is a very related field. It's the military structure. So, you predicted that for Jake and so many others. I'm going to have fun going through these actually later on. Will you come back, Suzanne, or have you had your fill of this whole experience?
No, I'll come back. I was just getting warmed up, really.
Oh, great. Okay, so we could do a late show sometime. That'll be great. I want to thank everyone else for calling in tonight. And, of course, if we didn't get to you, I apologize. But we will get to you next time. We'll definitely put you at the front of the line. And with all that said, adios, folks. We're going to play ourselves out with our little theme. And, Suzanne, hang on the line if you don't mind. All right.
Righto. Thank you for having me, everybody.
Absolutely.
And our eyes might meet. Where you been, darling, darling? Where you been, darling, darling? Where you been, darling? We've been holding this moment for you. Where you been, darling, darling? Where you been, darling, darling? Where you been, darling? We've been holding this moment for you. I told you your dreams would come true. I told you your dreams emoji.